Welcome to my channel Learn Math with Sayyid Ali. Today our topic is application of trigonometry, and we have done some like right angle triangles, and in right angle triangles we use three trigonometric ratio identities, right? And those identities were sine, cosine and tangent, right? And in a right angle triangle we learn that we can use this theta as a reference point. So if we have this side, two legs are called opposite and adjacent, right? And this is our hypotenuse. And we were solving the right angle triangle for two different trigonometric ratios like sine theta, cos theta and tangent theta. So we learned that was like for easy to remember, like SOHCAHTOA, and SOHCAHTOA is like sine is O over H, cos is A over H, and tangent is O over A. So these are the three basic trigonometric ratio which we were solving. But this application involves certain angle which is not given directly, but it is given in terms of the term which is used in mathematics as elevation and depression. Angle of elevation denotes the angle from the horizontal upward to an object. Upward to an object means if somebody is like watching here and then he sees upward, and this is his sight line. So upward angle is called angle of elevation, whereas the down or the downward angle is called angle of depression. So this is your angle of elevation, this is your angle of depression. This is simple definition, that is an observer line of sight would be above the horizontal. So this is above the horizontal, this is elevation. And when the angle of depression denotes the angle from the horizontal downward to the object. So my object is here, it is upward, and my object is here. This is my object, right? So this is simple definition where we have to use this definition and to determine the internal angles of a right angle triangle, because here the angles are not given directly, but it is given in terms of angle of elevation and angle of depression. So this can be expressed in many different ways. Like if you have like this, an observer is on the top of the cliff and another observer is your friend is at the bottom of the cliff. So one observer is here, right? So this is his eye and this is his eye, maybe, and he's seeing him. So this angle from the top of the hill, he's seeing, this angle is called angle of depression, and this angle is called angle of elevation. And we also learned that in two parallel lines, right, if an oblique line cuts that two parallel lines, that angle of elevation and angle of depression will be equal. So if this is 40 degree, this must be 40 degree. So in this way, you can draw it other way around as well, like this, right? This is also same thing. One is angle of, the observer is here, the observer is here. Who is higher? He's higher. He's saying downward. So this is angle of depression and this is angle of elevation. And this particular example, we can see that it's exactly the same on this picture, which is this, right? So an observer is standing on the top of the cliff, right? Vertical cliff. So vertical cliff is here. Let's say this is the vertical cliff, or this is the vertical cliff, right? So we can say that this is vertical cliff, and cliff is 60 meter tall. So this cliff is 60 meter tall, right? Cliff is 60 meter tall. This one is cliff. This is high, and an observer is standing over here. So an observer is standing over here, and he's seeing that in the alley, in the valley, and his friend is standing here, right? So that means this angle of depression is given. This angle is given here 12 degree, right? So as per rule, like two parallel lines and an oblique line is cutting it, then this angle D and E must be equal. Or you can find out this angle if you want to, right? So D12, 90 minus 12 will give you this angle. So 90 minus 12 will come out as like 78. So I will write here 78. This angle is 78, right? For this angle, if you want to solve this right angle triangle, you can see that this is my 90, this is my 78. So for this angle, right, this job is done, that this was 12 and now we are inside the right angle triangle, and my angle is 78. So with this angle, what is this side called? This side is adjacent, right? So cliff height is adjacent. This is given, which is 60 meter, right? And this side, how far the friend is. So friend is here, right? And he's seeing from here, from the top of the cliff. So how far the friend is from the cliff. So this distance is unknown. So we can put anything like unknown, question mark, or X or Y or any variable, or you can say this opposite is unknown. We can call opposite, right? So this is opposite to this angle. We are considering this angle, remember? So we can take now the trigonometric ratio between these two legs, which is adjacent and opposite, and this relationship is tangent. So tangent is opposite over adjacent. Tangent theta is over 78 degree, is equals to, theta is 78 degree, so it's equals to opposite over adjacent, and values are 60 divided by, so opposite is unknown, so my unknown is opposite, which is unknown, divided by 60. So I need to calculate opposite, and opposite is equals to 60 times tangent 78. 60 times, let's check the value of tangent 78, which comes out as 4.71. So we multiply with 60 and this comes out as 282.27, and the unit is meters, so I will write meters. So this is my opposite, right? And this is the distance. So this meter is the distance between his friend and the cliff. Answer. So this is how, like in these questions, you are not given directly the value of the theta inside the triangle, but it's a little technique to understand what is angle of elevation or what is angle of depression. Once you know angle of depression and angle of elevation, you can get inside the triangle and locate that angle. Either it is this angle or it is this angle. You can use this property of the geometry as well and say that, hey, this is my 12. So I can use 12 and I can take tangent of 12, which is again this over this, and I can calculate opposite in that form as well. So there are two ways of solving it. Either angle, you can take this angle or you can take this angle, but you need to understand where 12 will go, which is angle of depression, right? So we have two definitions, angle of elevation and angle of depression. We will do few more questions and few more diagrams to understand it fully, how to apply this angle of elevation and depression into the question, and always a little small diagram will help this concept to understand. So we will make the diagram, show our angle of elevation and depression, and solve the trig ratio. So hope you like it. Wait for the another video where we solve some more questions and understand the topic fully. Thank you.